Well, hello, and welcome back to Quest for You. This is episode 332. When I was younger, I always believed that my energy was this magic aura around me that I couldn't really control. It's something that just came along when I was born, and I blamed it a lot for my failed relationships with partners and friends. While I was quite sensitive to the energy of others, I was completely in the dark about the effect my energy had on them. And maybe this is normal, because most of us are probably quite good at sensing when something is off with another person. We don't even have to know these people really well. The woman, for example, who makes my coffee, she's not there every weekend when I go, but I see her about once every other week. But I've seen her now ever since I started buying my coffee, and she is amazing. She's a model for customer service. So when she has a bad day, I can tell right away. She's still super friendly, but I can see it on her face. When she has had a long night, I can see that too. And when she's really trying hard at being friendly, I know she's not feeling it on the inside. I can also tell when my boss's boss, whom I have only one weekly meeting with, is not his normal self. We all subconsciously interact with one another in a way that is neither physical nor verbal. It's the dynamic back and forth of giving off and picking up on energy. We feel this energy just like we feel the warmth of the sun on our face or the cold wind around us on a bike ride. It doesn't require a thermometer to tell us when energy is present. Whether this energy is from the sun or another person, we can feel it. Just someone looking at you in a strange way can set off certain reactions inside your body. I have a friend who's a clinical psychologist. She sometimes tells me how she constantly has to watch the energy of her clients and has, at times, had to end client relationships when their energy was affecting hers in a negative way. Every person brings a unique energy to our life. It's not about judging these people as good or bad. It is deciding whether or not they are the right energy type for us. If you think about all the people in your life right now, try to think of one feeling that you can associate with every single person. Some people energize us. I have a couple of friends that bring sparks into my life, literally. They always have ideas. They ask me challenging questions, and they are extremely supportive. And that energizes me. I love being around them. Some people are just like that. Positive, energetic, full of ideas and encouraging words. They always build you up and motivate you to move forward with whatever crazy idea you approach them with. Other people calm us. These people have a special energy around them that is settling and grounding. As soon as we are in their presence, everything feels lighter. We can breathe better, and our worries don't seem so significant anymore. Do you have people like that? My boss is very calm and contained. Sometimes I walk into his office all fired up about an issue. He doesn't say anything specific to me, but it's his energy that calms me down quite quickly. It's good to have people around whose energy can balance us. Coaches and teachers that we admire often have such a stabilizing effect. Some people drain us. I have shared stories about friends with you that drain me. Every message I see from them sends an adrenaline shock down my spine, and I am on alert. What now? And every exchange with that person is hard work, because every word is weighted and measured, and that creates negative feelings. Often anxiety, stress, and frustration. The energies these people bring to our life leave us feeling depleted. For me, they come with a pressure in my forehead that can turn into a headache if things get too tense. Sometimes these are close friends. Maybe they're struggling with something in their life. When I was going through my divorce, I was super needy. Those lonely nights that I was still at home were horrible, and I relied heavily on calling all my friends. And most of them stuck with me and helped me through this difficult time. Sometimes our friends are overly optimistic and superficially positive. I can't spend much time around people like that. I like people who are honest and real, even if it means they are sometimes a bit more negative. And then there are the people in our life that are not good for us. You know who they are. They are often great people, outgoing, energetic. Maybe we learn from them. They might even be those that push us forward. I talked about them in my recent episode titled Naive. We may even be in love with them, but we know quite well that their energy doesn't complement ours. And some people's energy leaves us neutral. Many people, in fact, don't necessarily have an effect on our energy. Talking to them, working with them, we don't have any strong emotions when we are with these folks. It feels neutral. I'm often grateful for those people because they don't require much of my energy to deal with them. The dynamic relationships we have with others changes depending to a great extent to the energies we emit. And those energies can also change over time. Energy is hard to explain. It's not what the person says or does by itself, or how they look and act. Rather, it's their vibration that we respond to. Sometimes we feel another person's energy right away. It manifests as an instant like or dislike of someone we just met, without having any real reason for our feelings. We jump at every word from those that drain us, and the same words from others cause us to smile and joke back. The existence of fields of energy in us and around us has been recognized by different philosophies around the world. In Sanskrit, it's called prana. In Hebrew, it's called ruach. Chi or ki in Taoism refers to the universal energy or life force both outside and inside the body. Hindus refer to it as Shakti, and it's the surrounding feminine energy. And then there's Kundalini as its manifestation in the body. The energy we emanate comes from within. It's a combination of our past, our thoughts and beliefs, and our perception of the world. It's a vibration of who we are. Our energy affects each other's moods, attitudes, and feelings. But we are not a victim to our energies like I always thought. I realized that I can influence it when I become aware of it. When I was younger, I always wondered why guys were so drawn to my friend and rarely to me. We actually both looked very similar. In fact, people would often ask if we were sisters. We would walk into a bar, and men immediately would flock to her and engage her into banter. Much later, I realized that this happened to me as well, but only at certain times. When my heart and my mind was in the right place, and I was happy, and I would show it with my entire body, and when I felt good about myself and cared less about what others thought. Those are the times I notice people responding to my energy. They notice me, possibly because I notice myself more. I will never be a magnet for people like my friend. She doesn't have to exert any effort. People are just drawn to her. Any shy person will not suddenly become an outgoing person, even if they try really hard. And a loud and boisterous individual will find it hard to be quiet and withdrawn. We can't change who we are, but we can become more conscious of our energy and how it affects others. Becoming aware of it can help us improve our connection with the people in our life. I think of energy as an expression of our inner being. Just like the sun emits different levels of heat depending on the season and many other conditions, so do we. Our inner state might be hidden from view, but it expresses itself in our energy. Sad and depressed states of being show just as much as happy and careless attitudes. I'm often told that I come across as strong. You may have been told that you are too withdrawn and too shy. I considered my grandmother an eternal pessimist. Everything was always negative. We tend to sit with these labels that others assign to us. They become an explanation why we can't get along with others, why we always expect the worst, and so forth. We can change our energy. by focusing on our inner well-being. That is what I noticed. On my happy days, people were drawn to me. On my difficult days, they stayed away. I can't change what happened. I can try to put on a mask, or I can dig deep inside to see what influences my light. The real path to a better energy is to start from the inside. Do people call you grouchy a lot, moody, distant, or even fake? Maybe overpowering? I wouldn't settle for those labels. Find out what it is that people pick up on. What energy are you emitting? What is your light like? Is it cold, keeping people at a distance? Then how can you heat it up a little bit? Or is it on fire, drawing everyone to you more than you can handle? How can you lower that flame? People pick up on positive energies because they bring light and they fuel us like the sun. Think about how can you influence your energy and make it a tool that helps you connect with people better. Find out what makes you happy and what centers you. When you are happy, others notice it. Yoga, for example, centers me. It brings an incredible balance to my life. After a session, I walk more upright, I feel more nimble, but I'm also more in control of myself. Find what it is for you that has a balancing effect on your life. Nature is a great stabilizer. It relaxes and re-energizes at the same time. It can ground our energy, which may have polarized too much. Set boundaries. As Eleanor Roosevelt said, no one can make you feel inferior without your consent. Monitor the extent to which you are allowing other people's energies invade yours. I shared about this on previous episodes. Keep the draining people at a distance because their energy will affect yours. Surround yourself with people who have a dynamic and uplifting effect on you. And self-monitor. Tune in with yourself. How do people respond when you enter the room? Read your emails to a friend and check for tone. Mine tend to be very direct and I have to watch for that. Look at yourself in the mirror. What are your facial expressions? Becoming more in tune with yourself helps you become more aware of your energy. Ask yourself, how can you change your energy to uplift others? Maybe you are feeling crappy on the inside and your face is serious. But as soon as you open your mouth and speak a kind compliment to the person across from you, you are sending positivity and people respond to that. Become a person that energizes others and doesn't drain them. And this will bring more of those energizing people into your life as well. Much love.